Welcome to another episode of Ascension Activations. Welcome, everybody. It's so great to have everyone here. Thank you so incredibly much for joining us tonight. So, we are going to start with an Om. Now, an Om opens and expands the upper chakra centers, allowing each and every one of us to connect to a thought grid. That thought grid allows the star people to channel forward the most vibrationally aligned information for each and every one of you here. Now, everyone, just take a deep breath in. And one more deep breath in. Thank you, dear star people, for this beautiful channeled session tonight. We are grateful for you. We are humble for your presence and your energy in our lives, in the channelings, and in all of the content that we bring forward. Thank you so incredibly much, dear star people, for helping us, for guiding us, and for supporting us along our paths. We are grateful. So tonight, the first question that we had come forward was, can you ask for a walk-in to come and help you? And would it be like two souls in one body? So when we talk about a walk-in, many times, not every single time, but many times, becoming a walk-in may include a near-death experience. And so we want to take a look at the center soul tubule and how that works. From the human perspective, your soul comes down your body like this. It is 3 frequencies that vortex down. In order to blend a secondary soul form with it, there may be a slight near-death experience to allow them to mingle up top and then re-entry into the physical form. So that's usually what happens. Now, because of the type of question, we are also able to channel. And when we channel, each and every one of us, we can ask for very specific guides to come forward. Those guides, once again, you have to feel into the psionic relationships that you have and feel if they are positive or negative for you, using your own discretion. If any channeled information or source that comes through you feels negative, it is okay to release it. I did go through a whole process with the star people where they trained me how to release any negative thought forms that come in the mind. And they train you guys too. Like, this is how we do this. When you are channeling, if any negativity or any lower vibrational information comes forward from your own channeling, it is okay to excuse it. Say the word release and allow for more positively aligned. In time, you're going to start to release the thoughts from outside of your mind. And that looks like sensing the thought before it comes in and releasing it before it actually penetrates into the inner mind. The inner mind kind of works like this. You have a thought stream that comes in on the right-hand side. You have 5 memory strings that come in the temple on the left-hand side. They come together and meet right in the pineal gland, and then it loops back through the mouth, and the whole thing generates a 0 point. The thought streams, the star people are able to psionically send a thought directly inside of my mind. They're able to send a thought outside of my mind, and that allows me to sense the thought before it comes in. They're able to also send a thought where they sound very far away. That's just further out in the thought grid. It's further out, and they'll sound like they're over there, but they're really just putting the thought into the thought grid before it comes into your system. They are also able to psionically push through. We can do this too. When we push through, there is a process of pushing into the simulation and feeling all of the emotions, and then back pulling. And when we start the process of back pulling, you're pulling your light body into the center Kundalini channel, which is, there's a little 0 point right next to the pineal gland. You back pull into that one, and inside of the heart, same thing. It's directly in the center of the heart. And then all of the emotions don't feel as intense because you're inside the body more. It is not a fight or flight. It is just back pulling, and a full state of neutrality is held. Now, when you start to identify this is how psionic channeling works, when the star people are pushing through, it literally is because they're taking their consciousness, putting it inside of your body, and then they're pushing. And when they push, now they can feel all of your emotions. If they continue to push, now they can take control of your body. If they continue to push even more, you can feel them. You could feel your energy outside of your body shift or become brighter. Whatever emotion code that they are energetically casting into the biological vessel shall presume. A psionic ability allows each soul form to blend and intertwine with one another. Each and every one of you are able to psionically connect to any animal, insect, or plant, allowing the primary individual to observe from the eyes of the person, place, or thing. Yes, we said thing. For you are also able to psionically connect to any physical item. However, when connecting to the physical item, you may start to pull memory files. These memory files allow you to see the experiences that item has observed. Thank you. Thank you, Star People. Thank you. So when you're pushing through, you are feeling the emotions, feeling what it feels like to be inside of a person's body or an animal or insect or plant's body. And the more and more you push through, the more you're going to start to feel the physical reality outside of your body. This is a psionic connection. Now, in the beginning, Tarek told me when he psionically connects into the fly, there's a moment in which trust occurs and the fly lets go or releases resistance or lets down its guard or its fear, whichever term. It's like a and then all of a sudden they're able to connect. Every single thing in this reality is connected. We are all one organism having different perspectives, and as we see ourselves as a physical body with a soul inside of it, on a higher level, all of the souls, everything is all connected as one. Everything is one. This is another part of activating unity consciousness, is stepping into that awareness that you are one with all things great and small. The process of energetically bonding, blending, or pushing into any item, person, place, or thing is a natural part of ascension. It allows you to see another angle of light refracted from your higher self, from your soul. The more and more we start to observe and meditate and just take your time, go in and put the focus on bonding with the plant. How does a plant feel? How does it feel to be the leaf? It's okay if you allow your inner child access. If you allow that inner child to come forward and to say, oh, I'm just going to imagine, how does it feel? There's a moment in your imagining in which I prefer to call it, the source frequency clicks on, and your imagination, from 1 minute you're imagining and then it becomes real. It goes, and you're just like, oh my gosh, did I see that? And yes, you did. You saw it. I've seen things change. My cat changed colors, and then it changed colors right in front of me. It was like my eye blinked and it changed. The one time I was driving behind a car and the make and model changed. The color stayed the same, but it was a different car, and then it shifted back. I saw this. We are multidimensional. When we start to take our consciousness and energetically cast it into different items, you're able to sense that item. What does it feel like? What experiences did it have? In the beginning of learning this ability, it's okay to make it up or imagine it. It's okay. It doesn't harm anyone if you imagine what the pen experienced. The second that you imagine, then all of a something in your mind is like, oh, I remember this because this is who we were, 100,000, 250,000 years ago. This is who we were. This is what we did. We did this automatically. We knew. Many of us, not all of us, the star people are saying, we could touch things and we could know exactly where it came from, all the memories for the current timeline. So just imagine for 1 second walking through a woods and touching a plant and seeing the entire history of the plant. Now, it's not just that one plant's history the star people are saying. When you touch a plant, you see the entire energetic grid connected to that plant. So, for example, if that plant evolved specifically for humanity or an animal to heal a very specific vibrational misalignment, so whatever distortion the animal had, if it was sick or something, release, the plant pops up in the physical reality. And now all of a sudden you can see exactly where and why the plant evolved. And you can also see how the plant evolved for the other animals in the entire ecosystem. This is the energetic grids. All information is stored on the collective consciousness grids. The second you become in alignment, you activate your mind. Now you can see everything. Going right back from square one, the time that the earth was created. It is all energetically stored here. Once again, we are multidimensional. And what that means is this. We can connect into the earth. We can connect into the plants. We can see and sense and do all these different things. But then at any given moment, because we're multidimensional, we could vibrationally align ourselves into a different timeline where the physics change, the color spectrum changes, the amount of oxygen on the planet can change. We can shift the Kundalini channel systems and allow a different world expression. So, for example, the water Kundalini channel is in a human being located in the spinal cord. We are so powerful, we can close our eyes and we can shift the Kundalini channel systems. I do not recommend doing this at first, unless you're like aware of shapeshifter abilities and such. But just saying, we can shift the water Kundalini channel to the front of the body. And what that would actually do is it would mimic how the aquatic life forms Kundalini settings are located. So if we did make a shift like that, we would have to go into the water to breathe. But yes, you can do it. It is not an easy thing. You can't just one and done and do it. You have to actually make adjustments to the field. And what the star people are saying is there's so many adjustments that would need to be made first before moving a primary Kundalini channel. What they're saying is like the primary Kundalini channels are kind of like the posts that hold up the house. You have to align different aspects of your energy grids in order to move a post. So you would have to add support to do it, but it can be done. You could change anything in the physical reality. You just have to access your light systems, make a modification, and then watch the mirror reflection or vibrationally align yourself into a different world expression in which it was always like that. It usually works the same way for both. Many times we feel a deja vu, and the deja vu washes over us and we have this feeling of already doing something. That is a major indication that you have vibrationally shifted into a different world expression. The heart is flickering billions and billions of times each micro moment. I've seen this. The wall outside of you, the image, the simulation that you see, it is flickering like this. Flick, 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 flick. And it looks like this according to the frequency stemming inside of your heart. The higher the frequency inside of the heart, the faster the flicker rate. This is your oscillation. Oscillation values, the star people are saying. The entire planet holds a flicker rate. That is the collective consciousness. So every single human being and the heart values that all of us are holding, it affects the human consciousness grids, and then it affects how time and space operates here, not on other planets. On other planets, they have different collective consciousness grids for the beings on their planet, and then their flicker rates determine that planet's setting for time and space. Now, we know this too, because if you're really happy, time seems to fly. And if you're really sad, time seems to go very slow, which is okay too. When we start to identify that there are things inside of the human energetic field that we are able to shift or modify, we then start to see mirror reflections in all things outside of us. It's absolutely beautiful. Yes. Thank you, Star People, for this beautiful channeled session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's see. What is it like to have two souls in one body? So that question, we have a lot of people who already have this, and they don't realize that they have this. There is a whole process. If there is a younger soul, an older soul, or more advanced sentience may spiral two different soul forms into one. And at the moment of conception, they both energetically bond, blend, and activate an egg. And then starts the process of the human growth and development. But it is two soul forms inside of one body. How would we know if a body has two soul forms? This is not like multiple personality syndrome. This is more like two different color eyes. That is an indication there's two soul forms in one body. There's some other things as well. Sometimes what the Star People are saying, the reproduction, if there is an abnormality in the genetic coding, meaning they're carrying the chromosomes or the DNA patterns for both male and female reproductive organs, that usually is because there's two souls inside of the body. Now, that being said, the reason why that is done is because the older soul's frequency and consciousness is there. And both souls are learning from this experience. The older soul is learning how to teach, how to train, because as they go through their life experience, the younger soul and all of those earlier impulses that younger souls have comes up, and the older soul, because they're inside of the same body, they have to come up, they have to heal. And so you may see a person with two souls in one body. The Star People are saying you may see them go through the darker experiences, but then they handle them really well. So if you've ever known someone who has been through so much darkness, but they handle it really, really well, there's a very high probability that they have two soul forms inside of their body. How would we know? Once again, we have to learn to know thyself. So going into meditation and asking inside yourself. Go up and talk to the higher self. Higher self, can you tell me, do I have one soul form or two? Was there another higher self that is connected to my body? And just listen. What do you feel? Usually like a human indication, when we'll know, you'll get the chills, or you'll have this overwhelming sense and you will just know. We're looking for something like that. If it's like a maybe, then I would keep searching until you know for a solid fact. Your body is capable of giving you signs and synchronicities to tell you. Sometimes Tarek is correcting. It is not sometimes. The universe is designed to show you exactly what you need to see. So if your body told you yes, and you still weren't sure, and your body told you yes again, and you still weren't sure, and your body told you yes again, and you still weren't sure, that's when the higher self is like, we're going to show you a different way. You may see it on an advertisement. You may see it on a TikTok video or wherever it is. Whatever it is that you're focused on, you're going to see it out there, and then you'll receive the answer that way. It is of high value to keep your eyes open. because the tiny little things, literally, it's the attention to details. When you focus on the tiny little details, then all of a sudden you will start to see the answers that you are seeking. Whatever it is that you are putting your focus on expands. Whatever it is that you are putting your focus on expands. If you are focusing on ascension, ascension will expand for you. If you are focused on scientific knowledge, that knowledge will expand for you. Your cell phone is a direct mirror reflection of your scrolling, your patterns, your consciousness. So that is also another great tool to use to expand knowledge and information. Now, karmic loops and cycle repeats. Let's talk about the cycle repeats. What is a cycle repeat? So when a person goes through a trauma, but it's not necessarily a trauma, it's even a good emotion, those repeat too. They're just rarely spoken of. The darker experiences and traumas, when those cycle repeat, people talk about it because it's darkness and it could be painful. So when we start to see a cycle repeat manifesting, there's always something there that needs to be healed in order to break the loop. This includes on the civilization loops. So if we're seeing something repetitively happen to the entire civilization, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something good. It could be something traumatic. When we see it, it is a call to action. We may choose to go inside and to send that experience unconditional love and light, and to hold neutrality. So as we started tonight's video, we started discussing what it means to pull back and to pull into the 0 points located within the body. When we start to see the darkness, any dark thing, whether it be on the TV right in front of us or anything, pull back and feel your energy inside of your body. Hold that 0 point, that place of neutrality, and just be at peace. And send it love and light. You may thank it for healing, and you may thank yourself. Thank you. I love myself. I bliss myself, and I release this dark experience. We say things like this. What we're actually doing is, or repenting, we repent from that energy. When we do this, now when that energy is present for us and we are releasing it, then all of a sudden, it is no longer going to have a grip on the cells of your body. So I want each and every one of you to identify a thought or an emotion code is a vibration that becomes stored within the cells of the body. Because there are trillions and trillions of cells, the cells hold water. Water holds a sound frequency or a resonance. It makes a little sacred geometric snowflake. Every time we cry, we are releasing the waters that are stored within the cells according to the emotion code that we are crying over. When we release, now all of a sudden the tears get drier and drier and drier until you dry cry. The second that you dry cry, you know that emotion has been fully released. There are things, the star people are saying, in the energetic grids that also may be healed before 100% of the dry crying presumes. What this means is this. So sometimes you will have a density in one of the nodes, just saying it over here, and that density over here is connected to 2 or 3 different spots somewhere else in the body. If you clear this one, and the one over here still has an experience that needs to happen in order for you to heal other aspects, then sometimes it's better to clear it and allow that one to stay. So there is like a timing thing to healing. Luckily enough, the higher self knows how to heal things, and the higher self usually synchronistically puts the things that are in alignment to heal first and foremost, so that you're not healing something that could block up the flow of energy later in your path. So that's getting deep into the energetic grid structures and like the flow of the energy and whatnot. But yes, there is a whole timing and a whole pattern behind it. So the way that we can start to see the pattern that works behind it is take a look at the days that you had a traumatic experience. What was the actual number date What was a time? What was a year? Now you keep a calendar of all of these times you experienced darkness. Even if it's something silly like someone yelling at you, put it in your calendar. And now all of a sudden you're going to start to see a graph. And when you take it, when you back pull from the calendar, right? We're going to even do this for the calendar. When you back pull from that, you start to see a big picture, and it's all of the signs of, oh, okay, well, this is the cycle repeat. This, here it is again. Here it is again. If they were color coordinated, you would have a whole like graph, and you would be able to see, oh, the cycle repeats come here. Now, because you're aware of about when it's going to trigger again, when you get into the next brick of consciousness, you'll know, okay, it's going to come at this date range. Now, all of a sudden, you start saying your affirmations. Thank you, universe, for healing this. Thank you, universe, I am healed. Thank you, universe. Every single thing that I was working on healing is fully healed. Thank you. You got to come from a place of gratitude. You may choose to come from a place of gratitude. The more and more grateful you are, the easier the process of healing becomes, because you are automatically holding a higher frequency, and it is transmutating any and all darkness that is already inside of you. Gratitude heals on deeper levels. When each and every one of us starts to do that work, we may choose to go into nature. And this, it doesn't mean go hike a mountain, although that's wonderful, and sign me up, I'll go with you. But even as you're driving past a tree, and as you see the tree, sending the tree unconditional love and light, saying, thank you, tree, for removing density in that location. Saying, thank you, Mother Earth, for activating ascension in all the people who are around the tree. And finally, you can even generate portals using two trees. And that is a walking meditation where you place two hands, one on each one of the trees, and you thank Mother Earth for generating a portal there. A portal is a frequency generator. If we take a look at the trees have rings inside of it. The rings are generating a vortex energetic. What is a vortex? It is a spiraling of energy that pushes itself up to the human consciousness grids into the upper atmosphere. Now, all plants grow in a vortex. If we take cameras and we record seedlings growing, they grow in the little vortex. So we can see these vortices all over in nature. When we are talking about a tree, there's a reason why people say, go hug a tree, because your heart energetically imprints the tree. And then the tree takes that energy and sends it right up into the upper atmospheres. And it starts the process of not only shifting the location grids, but it also shifts the human consciousness grids, so that you are literally, this is how powerful we all are. Every single one of us is this powerful. You can go up to a tree, hug it, send it unconditional love and light, and send a thought form. And so the thought form could be anything from have the best day ever to everybody is happy. And when you thank the tree for sending everyone is happy up into the human consciousness grids, well, what we're going to start to see is a mirror reflection of that manifestation. In time, each and every one of us raises our frequency. Your level of awareness shifts, and now you know without a shadow of a doubt that you are all of the other people in this world. You can see the connection. You will start to see your axial tonal lines. It is like a white yellowish grid, a little bit out from the physical body. You'll start to see that. You may start to see it on animals, plants, other people, not the aura field, the axial tonal lines, those lines connected to the higher self. You're going to start to see energies and patterns, synchronicities. Many of you guys already are seeing the synchronicities. When we raise the level of awareness, you start to see through the simulation. The more and more we do this, the more it shows us who we are. For every single thing on the outside is connected to who we are on the inside. The more and more we see who we are, the more and more we start to shift. And then the mirror reflections of the physical reality shifts as well. It's absolutely beautiful. And then this is a process of ascension, is doing this with friends, doing this with families, or even doing it on your own. That's okay too. And when we come together in groups, we start to feel the energies of all the other people. And as you come together in groups, if there is ever a time when any darker energy becomes present for the entire group, even if it's something silly, like someone said a negative word or a lower frequency word, that is an opportunity or a call to action. For we're not going to hide, we're not going to run from the darkness. What we may choose to do is send it love, identify it. Let's bring that energy and that experience to the table for the entire group to learn from. A lie is a great example of this. And what this means is this. Let's say you are the primary person. Let's say you're the one who lied. If you choose, you may step up and tell the group a lie passed your perimeter and you're error correcting it. When we do this, it sets the tone for every other person in there, because now all of a sudden it makes it okay for other people to do the same. No one is asking anyone to be perfect, but what we do is we ever correct when we notice darkness slip through. And anytime we lie, that is not the higher self. The higher self is in pure energetic resonance, which means the higher self has no need to lie to anybody or over exaggerate. Any of those type of vibrations you will not see in the higher self. The higher self is more authentic. Who are you designed to be? Who are you at your core? That is your higher self. And with that said, I want to say thank you guys very, very much for coming. I hope you guys enjoy. You have a wonderful night. And I send you all my many love and blessings. We just want to say thank you so much to your star people for this beautiful channel session tonight. We are sending you many, many love and blessings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.